Hi, my name is Kat, and I wanted to talk about my walkaway story. It seems to be the popular thing to do right nowadays, and I believe that everyone that is enlightened needs to talk about their walkaway story. Mine started a long time ago. I was always asking questions, questions that nobody had answers to, comma. Basically, we were supposed to just do what we were told. And that meant if you come from a family that has color in their skin, well, then you vote the Democratic Party. And you never, ever are supposed to listen to anyone other than the Democratic Party, which never made sense to me. So I asked why. And I never really got the answers that I was searching for, other than do as you're told and don't ask questions. And that was always a problem with me. So instead of asking questions, I started doing research. And in my research, what I found is that the Republican Party wants us to know the truth. Not all Republicans are good, but quite a few of them are. Some of them get on the bandwagon because of financial gains and things like that. And so do the Democrats. The Republicans never came to our neighborhood because they knew that we weren't going to vote for them. But the Democrats came. And they knocked on the door and they brought us cookies and they gave us free cheese and they gave us all these pie in the sky promises that they had no intention of keeping, like jobs, everybody's going to have a job. Everyone's going to have a nice home. They were going to replace the ghettos. We're going to have green spaces. We're going to have grocery stores. There's going to be education for us all. And we didn't have to pay for it. I grew up in Oakland, California. And those were the promises that they made. Let me tell you, in East Oakland, there is a food diaspora. Meaning that there's no grocery stores in the neighborhood. There's corner liquor stores, but there's no grocery stores. And if you don't have a vehicle, then you have to catch 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 buses to get your groceries. And then you have to take a taxi if you have the money, or hire a car that's just waiting there to take you home. And that wasn't a safe thing. So tell me, that was where I grew up. And when I went to go visit recently, let's say within the past 4 months, the same thing is still there. There's no grocery stores in East Oakland. Can you imagine that? People still have to get on a bus to go to the grocery store. People are still living in the ghettos. There are crack houses. The prostitution, oh my gosh. No wonder they call that street International Way. And that breaks my heart. I've learned early on that in order to not have that ghetto mentality, in order for me not to be a statistic, in order for me and my children to have a better way, we had to leave. And that was easy. Leaving was very, very easy. And if I can do it, I know that hundreds, even thousands of other people can do it. A friend of mine, his name is Dr. Ketterling, and I was having a conversation with him at one time, and I said, I truly believe that you can change your DNA. And he said, what do you mean by that? I said, I truly believe that you're not a victim of where you come from, that you can change your life. And he goes, I know exactly what you mean. Yes, you can change your DNA. So I moved out of the ghetto. I went to school. I also became a licensed professional. I'm still in school to get further credentials. I kind of like those letters behind my name. I love wearing the graduation regalia. It is absolutely beautiful, and it breaks my heart. And it makes me cry. Because every one of my licenses, every one of my degrees and future educational degrees, I have earned. Now, the Democratic Party doesn't want us to go to school. And if we do go to school, they want us to focus on liberal arts. I remember probably about 10 years ago, there were visiting professors at my college, and they were trying to convince us that the Holocaust never happened, that slavery never happened, that they were things that people said happened, but it really didn't happen. And I'm on the side of, well, prove it. And they couldn't prove it. Basically, what those professors were trying to do is they were trying to change the narrative to fit their agenda. So look at it 10 years ago and look at it now. They wanted us to vote Democrat. And if there wasn't a Democrat that wasn't, to the liking of the African American, like they made Bill Clinton black. Oh my God. They made Bill Clinton black. He's not black. But they made us think that he was. And they made us think that he was going to help us. He did not. And then they got Barack Hussein Obama, who said that he would be personally offended if African Americans did not vote for him. Now, we actually thought that he was the great white hope. Am I right, Chicago? That he was going to elevate African Americans, that he was going to provide opportunities for African Americans, that we were going to be able to do things that we've never in our life, our wildest dreams, we could achieve. Nope, that didn't happen. And then he blamed everything on the Bushes. It's the Bushes' fault. They're the ones that set the economy. It wasn't me, That's what they try to convince us. And then they tried a second time. But they did it by fraud. Acorn. Does that ring a bell? So no, I did not vote for him. And I'm happy that I did not. Now they're like, oh, we have another black person for you to vote for. And her name is Hillary, and she's a Clinton. So being that Bill Clinton was black, Hillary Clinton's black too. And she's a woman. You have to vote for her. You have to vote for her because you're a woman. No, I don't. I have my own mind. And I've learned so much throughout these years. And I've watched my family. Either they, one, did not vote and complain, or they did vote for the Democrat because they wanted their benefits. They wanted their Section 8. They wanted their food stamps. They wanted to stand in line and get their free food. Anything free that the government's giving out, you gotta get it, gotta go. No. Oh my gosh, I work for a living. At one time, I worked 5 jobs, and I taught. How in the world? I made many sacrifices as a single mom to raise my kids to choose the right, to raise my kids to be good citizens. My kids live all over the world, and they're doing incredible things that people dream of doing. My kids are doing. Why? Because I chose a different path. And when you choose a different path, when you choose the right, your life gets better. Our belief in God is strong. And God has taught us, look for the truth. If you want to know if someone's telling you the truth, look at scriptures. It teaches you who is on the right side of God. So now we have this president that says, what do you have to lose? And he's right. At first, I wasn't following Donald Trump. I mean, he was okay. But we had that panel of 22 people running for office? 22. Just on the Republican side. And I looked at that 22 and I was like, don't trust you. Heck no. Are you stinking kidding me? No, you're a Bush. No. And I looked at 2 people, Donald Trump and Dr. Ben Carson. I listened to Dr. Ben Carson when he was giving the speech at the prayer breakfast. And he talked about the 2 branches of government. And he talked about the eagle. And that this one wing, and you have this other wing, and the 2 have to go together in order to work, in order to fly. With one wing, you cannot fly. With no wings, you cannot fly. But with both wings, you can fly. You can soar. That's what Dr. Ben Carson taught us. And when I heard that, I was like, dude, you have to be our president because you're speaking knowledge to us. So the minute I cried because I knew that he was going to change our world. He was going to help us to open up the eyes of those that have been blinded for years. So he was the one that I was lobbying for and I was praying for. And then I started to listen to Donald Trump. And he's making a lot of sense. He's basically saying, you shut up, you're a loser, and you should go to jail. And he was right. Oh my gosh. And I was like, well, if it's not Dr. Ben Carson, well, for me, it's going to be Trump. And then when Ted Cruz did those horrible things to Dr. Ben Carson, I knew he knew what was up. I knew he knew that it was going to be a big game. And not only was he going to be set up once, he was going to be set up all the time. And then here's the thing, when somebody sets you up and do you wrong, they're not like, oh, sorry, it won't happen again. And they do it again. No. Dr. Ben Carson is a brain surgeon. He is a very smart man. He's one of the smartest men in the world, period, hands down. So when I'm going to cry, when he said that, nope, I have to step aside, but here's who I'm choosing, and it is Donald Trump. And I cried because I looked through all those 22 and he was right. He was absolutely right. The man that has been chosen is Donald Trump. And I support him. I support his family. I support everything that he is doing. If he tells somebody to shut up, that's because they're talking too darn much. Or they're spreading rumors and lying and they're just horrid people. And they're trying to lead us astray. And every single time the left and the media try to lead us astray, he tells us some truth. And sometimes he knows way in advance what they're doing. The man is brilliant. He's not as smart as Dr. Ben Carson, and he admits that, but the man is brilliant. So tell me, do you actually think that I want to go backwards and live off the government? Hey, I own my own home. My children live all over the world, and they're doing incredible. They're a blessing to my soul. They are citizens of the world. They're serving their fellow man. And they're doing the things that they chose to do, not what someone else chose them to do. They're living their lives. And I am so blessed to have them. And we wouldn't have had these things. We wouldn't have had these blessings. We wouldn't have these degrees. We wouldn't have these opportunities if I did not educate myself, if I did not open my eyes to see what was really happening. So like I said, I went back to Oakland because my niece was killed. She was shot in the back of the head. And the police, well, she's just a victim. Nobody's searching for her murder or anything like that. She was just walking to the store. But that's the lifestyle that they live. I love my niece so very much. I love my siblings in California very much. They are part of that victim mentality. They can't get out of it. They choose not to. They love the handouts that they get, and that's fine. I love them regardless. I love my family. I just wish that they would choose a better path. And one day they'll wake up. And I pray that other people will wake up too. So that's my walk away. And here's the thing, when you walk away, and believe me, I walked away over 20 years ago. When you walk away, you get more light and you get more knowledge. The one mistake that I made was when Obama was running for office. And that was that one time that I said, okay, I'm not going to vote for McCain. I'm not going to vote for Romney. I'm going to vote for Obama. That one time, that was the biggest disappointment that I've ever done. 4 years of misery. And I made sure that that was not going to happen again. And then we suffered another 4 years. But we knew what was coming, and we knew that we were going to be blessed. I am grateful that I get to exercise my vote. My vote, my voice, my opinion, and I get to choose the way that I live. No one chooses for me. I am an American. I am blessed. And I pray that there'll be more people of color especially single moms, single dads, families that wake up and realize that for all these years you've been lied to. Now's your chance to make a difference in your family's life. God bless you all.